Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I have a bargain for you and it's not made in China. This is a BPS Knives HK1S Bushcraft knife. Alright everybody, welcome back. So today I got a deal for you on a BPS Knives HK1S. This is a Bushcraft style knife. It's not the hugest knife ever, but it is a nice, big, you might have big hands, so it's a fairly decent sized knife. Definitely a good deal. The price on these, let me put it flat there, is $27.95, and they are made in the Ukraine, amazingly enough. And this thing is really, really well made. One of the things I noticed about it when I picked it up was that it just feels nice in your hand. It feels really good in your hand. It is definitely a more quality knife than some of the other ones I've shown you in the past. Not that the other ones were bad, they still did their job, but this one just feels like there's a little more money in it. You know, it feels like I spent 150 bucks for it instead of 28 bucks. So definitely a good little knife. It's got a full tang. It's a fixed blade with a Scandi grind. It's got true Scandi grind. It is razor sharp out of the box. I mean, that is just so incredibly sharp. See if I can shave some hair with it. Yep, that's right off there with some hair. So it is razor sharp out of the box. Definitely a nice sharp edge on it. It's made of 1066 high carbon steel. It's hardened to about a 59 or 60 HRC. I haven't done anything really with it as far as chopping up wood. We're going to do that in a minute. We're going to baton with it and make some curls and try all that. But so far I'm impressed with it, especially for the price. It just feels like more quality than other knives that I've shown you in the past. You know, as far as quality goes, if I pick this up, it feels like I spent more money than I did on this knife. It also comes with this leather sheath, which is a real nice leather sheath. I have put a little mink oil on it to preserve it. It's got a dangler on it right there. You can either wear it on your belt or use the dangler. It doesn't matter. That just folds flat. So for it to come with a leather sheath, and a really decent leather sheath, you know, that's decent, thick, nice leather, for 28 bucks is pretty amazing. It's got an overall length of 8.6 inches, a blade length of 4.4 inches, and a weight of 4.4 ounces. It is a drop point blade. It is carbon steel, so you do have to be careful. It does have a shiny coating on it. I'm not quite sure what the coating is, but as you can tell, it is a very shiny coating, and it's not just polished. That feels like almost like a chrome on it or something. But we are going to try a little patina on it later and see if it actually does anything to it. The blade width is 0.1 inch right there. It is a very nice 90-degree spine. And the fact that it comes out of the box shaving sharp was a big thing for me. Now, the handles here, they're made of walnut. They're covered with linseed oil. I will probably put another coat of linseed oil on there, although there's no rough edges or sharp hot spots on the knife at all. It's not like the stuff is all sticking up or prickly. You will notice that the little studs in there aren't flush with the knife, but that really isn't a problem when you're holding it. It doesn't feel like that's going to be a problem. We are going to test it out and see if it gets on your hand or not and bothers you, but I don't think it really will be. So we're going to take it outside, and we are going to try batoning some wood with it, making some curls, try it out on a ferro rod, and see just how well it performs. So let's get it set up out there, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright, so what I'm going to do is chop up this piece of wood with it, and we'll try and make some curls with it, and we're going to try and light a fire. I have my little stove over here, so let's get started. Now this piece of wood is already cracked, so we're going to start with the bigger piece first, and I hope that's in camera. Actually, let's move the camera up a little bit. There. That way you can see the whole thing. Alright, and we're just going to come down with it. Definitely gliding right through that. Let's try this side here. And I think I'm going to try holding it with my left hand and hitting it with my right. Yep, right down. Definitely batoning better than some other knives I've tried. There we go. What I like too is it doesn't tend to glide to one side. You know, I've tried sometimes with knives batoning and it seems to go down the middle and then kind of skate off to one side or the other. This goes straight down through it. Don't know if that's part of the knife or what it is, but definitely a cool little thing. Let's carve on this a little bit. Make some shavings there. So it makes some shavings. Well, see if I can make a feather stick. This is kind of old, dried out wood, but we'll try it and see if I can do a feather stick on it. You know, nice, getting nice curls there at least. They're not sticking too well to the wood, but I'm getting some really nice curls off it. And it's super sharp. Try a better piece of wood for that. There we go. Yeah, getting some decent curls off it. So definitely can do that. Let's try batoning a little more wood here. I'm going to chop up enough wood here to do my little fire. See how well that works. And as I said, this is really old firewood. It's been outside for about a year on the side there. So it's definitely going to burn well and chop up well. So far, edge looks fine. No damage to it. Still super sharp. So what we're going to try next is starting a fire in our little hobo stove and see how well that works with the spine on this knife. And we'll go from there. Alright, got a little feather stick going here. Not too bad. I'm not the best at doing feather sticks, but I figured we'd give it a try, see what it was like. So I chopped up the rest of that wood, and we're going to take a cotton ball here. I'm going to try and light this feather stick with a cotton ball. There we go. There we are. Okay. Going good. Toss that in there. And toss that in there too. Get this fire started. So far, doing everything I needed it to do. No damage to the edge. No kind of edge rolled over or anything. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. That thing is still super sharp. Still, again, you probably can't see that on the camera, but it's still shaving sharp. Shaving hair off. So definitely, so far so good. I'm liking it. Alright, let me get this fire started and we'll try something else out. Alright, so now I kind of want to make a camp stake or tent stake out of this piece of wood here. I'm just going to shave the edge off. Try to get as much of that little stuff in there as I can. Making a nice point out of it. As you can tell, it's just sailing through that like nothing. Definitely a nice knife, and you know, so far no hot spots on the handle at all. I haven't felt any kind of discomfort with it at all. Alright, got a little tip on there. Make a little notch on the back. Wow, that blade is shiny though, I'll tell you that. It just caught the sun in my eyes. There we go. Got a nice little notch to put your string in, so if I had to make something notched or, you know, stick stake in the ground or anything like that, definitely a cool little way to do it, and way more than capable of doing it. This is no problem at all. As you can tell, this wood burns very, very quickly and well. This is just one of those packs of firewood that I got. So it's been out for a while in the conditions, and it seems to be doing pretty well. So I'm going to let this burn out. I'll give you my final opinion on this knife. I got to say, for the money, I am really, really impressed with it. It's definitely doing its job. Haven't had any kind of issues. I'm going to try sticking the tip in here and bending it. I doubt I'm going to have any problem with that, but because that's a really thick tip, and this is really hard wood too. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, no damage to the tip. Still straight. So it's definitely a thick enough knife to do the job and not have any problems with. I love the handle. I love the way it feels in my hand, and seems to keep its edge really, really well. I mean, that edge is still razor sharp on there. So definitely a good deal. So let me finish up this fire, and I'll bring you back inside and give you final information on it. Alright, back inside. Did wipe off the knife a little bit. It's still razor sharp on the end there. And I did strop it a couple of times. Still feels nice and razor sharp edge there. Definitely a nice knife. I gotta say, for 28 bucks, I mean, you know, that's a quality knife. I'm really shocked. And I'm going to be trying out some more of these. I'm going to pick up a few more because I definitely like the fact that they're not super expensive. I mean, I know a lot of us are kind of chased away when we first get our first knife and we think it's awesome, and we find out it's made in Taiwan or China and it's some kind of Chinesium mystery metal. And you know, and I know when I first got my first knife and I was like, look at this, it's awesome, and I showed it on YouTube and everyone was like, yeah, whatever, you know. So having something like this, definitely a step up from that, a big step up from that. Holding it in my hand feels like I'm holding more expensive knives. You know, I've held a lot of different types of knives in my time of doing reviews, and this one just feels a better quality than most that I've had. Now, yeah, a $16 cheap fixed blade, you know, that you buy off Amazon, will it cut wood? Sure, it'll cut wood, and it'll do everything I did out there. But will it keep its edge? Will it break? Will it crack in half when you're batoning? Maybe, maybe not. This one I know is going to hold up really, really well. And it does feel really good in your hands, too. Very easy to sharpen. When I first got it out of the box, it was razor sharp, but it's I believe it's a 17-degree grind, they say. So that would be really easy to do on your one of these, the desktop work sharp, because they do have a 17-degree angle there. So it'd be really easy to do. Not a difficult steel to sharpen. It is 1066 high carbon steel. And like I told you before, the hardness is between a 59 and a 60 HRC, so that's pretty decent. I mean, I've seen some really expensive knives in that range, so that's pretty darn decent. There is one thing I want to do before we finish up the review, and that is see if it will take a patina. What I'm going to use, I'm just going to use some cold bluing gel, and I'm going to see if I can, just back here, because I don't know what that coating is or if it's just really, really polished. I mean, you can see a couple of scratches in there from batoning, but to me that looks really, really polished, or there's some kind of coating on it. So I'm going to try out the back here and see if I can get a little cold bluing to stick to it, and if not, I'll know it's coated with something. Alright, so I got some of this the Birchwood KC gel, cold bluing gel. I just want to see if it will take on there. Just put a little bit on there. Doesn't seem to be. It's darkening it up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it is actually. So if you want to do a forced patina on this, you can. If you want to use mustard or whatever, you can see you got a little bit of darkening on there. I may do it, I may not. I'll probably just keep it clean and leave it as is. I'm totally satisfied with it. For 28 bucks, I'm absolutely amazed. So I will put a link down below where you can pick this up. They are, as I said, 28 bucks. The link is right there. It's a BPS HK1S Bushcraft knife. They do have another one that doesn't seem to have this little swell down at the bottom. It's kind of sort of straight across the bottom. It doesn't have that little swell at the bottom there. A little bit of the belly of the knife there. And that's, I believe, 26 or something. And it's the same style, same wood, same everything. But I'm really pleased with this, and I really like it. And we're going to be using this more in videos when I'm doing kind of bushcraft type stuff, when I'm doing batoning or whatever, when I'm testing out a wood stove. This is what we're going to use in the channel. See how well it works and holds up. Because right now, what I'm using is an old beater Chinese knife that I got from a thrift store for like $5. And I mean, it works. Yeah, it works great. But you know, I'd rather use something and actually test it out that we're actually reviewing in the channel. And I will let you know if I run into any problems with it, but you'll see it more in the videos. I will put a link down below, like I said, to my Amazon store where you can pick one up. They do come with the sheath, and as I said, the sheath is excellent quality. You know, this is like a real, you know, I'd pay 40 bucks for this sheath if somebody made it for me. You know, so I'm definitely impressed with the set altogether. And for the price, you can't beat it, and it's not made in China. This is actually the box it comes in. It's made in the Ukraine. So, definitely nice to see another country making some quality gear, and I'm impressed. I like it. So, like I said, links down below. Don't forget to check out our Amazon store, see what's in there. If there's anything in that store you don't really want, you just click the link and shop as you normally would. We really appreciate that. Don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link as well. Thrive is slowly getting stuff back into stock. They have extended their Black Friday sale, so you may want to check it out and see if there's anything in there for you. And don't forget to check out our Food for Patriots link. That's preparewithiridium.com. 25-year shelf life, set and forget food. You just buy it, it comes in a box, you put it away, and it's ready to go. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.